And we hot.
Back in the studio.
Beautiful day.
Yes, it is.
Supposed to get a little rain tomorrow, Friday. All week's going to be a little.
Possibly some storms tomorrow night.
No, we need the rain.
Yeah, we do.
And I'm liking this a little bit of warmer weather than where we've been the last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of weeks anyway. 2 or 3 weeks. Come home just long enough, change your underwear and wash some clothes.
It's a lot different getting up and it being 60 instead of 37.
Whew. I know it. We may have one more left in us before it's over.
But I hope so.
We've had a couple good trips. You know, I'm gonna say that first trip, almost 2 trips since we danced back and forth across the state line. So
I always, as long as we get home safe and we didn't have no mechanical troubles, that's my prayer when we leave.
No broke bones, sprained ankles, blood. Well, I'd had a little blood on my hand, but other than that, yeah, we just thought tonight we would kind of go over a couple of hunts. We, like everybody knows, we travel a good bit once seasons up north start coming in. So back, what was the date on the Missouri-Iowa trip? April 22nd? Yeah, I think so. I think we left on the 20th.
Yeah, we left on the 19th.
19th, so, okay, so.
Yep.
So we started on
the 21st.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because we drove up, so.
Drove up on Sunday.
So, Saturday night, there was 3 of us. Three's company. We just talking about that.
Yeah.
But, our good friend Roger Petty from over in Georgia joined us on this trip, and, it was a long time in the making. We talked about it. I think we talked about it 1 year. Then we set it up a year, and then we had to wait a year because of how Iowa does their well, hunt. I guess any kind of hunting, but we're talking turkey hunting. So first year you have to buy a point, and then the second year you can take that point and go into the drawing. And like most people said, you'd probably get drawn, and we did. Our group got drawn, all 3 of us. So on the 19th, I said, well, Roger came in, spent the night. I think we came over your house, celebrated Grace's birthday.
Yeah.
And then you picked us up, what, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock?
5:30.
Yeah, somewhere in there. We finished loading the truck and we hit the road. You know, we wasn't driving to southern Missouri. We drove through Missouri, and we actually stayed in Iowa. What was that little town? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't even remember it. Humberg? No. Blooming. Well,
you're close. Bloomfield?
Bloomfield. That's it. Bloomfield, Iowa. We had a little Airbnb, little apartment above. It was an carriage shop, I'm assuming, but it was like a garage now, but they kept carriages in it. It was a historic little building outside a house. Very nice. I really liked it. Clean, had everything we needed in there. Had a great little bar / grill. And then just up the street, ice cream parlor. How can you beat that? You can't hardly beat it. And it was classic Midwest small town living. As we rolled in on a Sunday night, nothing was open basically except for the little restaurant bar and the ice cream place. There may have been another restaurant open, maybe a gas station, but all the main town was closed down. It was Sunday. But we spent the night there. We were hunting with Whiskey Ridge. Does it go Whiskey Ridge Hunting, or is it Whiskey Ridge Outfitters?
Whiskey Ridge Hunts.
Hunts. I'm wrong all the way around. Tommy Nail, and man, he runs a great show up there. Beautiful lodge, lots of farms, but he had dropped us some pins that night because he knew we got there early, and we rode around. We got up We didn't even have no breakfast, did we? Just drank a cup of coffee, kind of jumped in the truck, took our pins, just to look at a few of the farms, trying to figure out where we was going to drive to. We wasn't sure where he was going to send us, but this was all in Missouri, by the way. So, not far across the line. Big difference, though. Big difference to me in turkeys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's just the quality of the farms or what, but Missouri was a lot tougher hunting. So we took off. You drove, so I guess you drove to every farm that day. So, but we took our Onyx pins, and man, with the driving directions, it makes it so easy. It'll carry you right to the spot. And we looked, and I don't know, did we see? We didn't see any turkeys. I mean, as far as on the farms.
Mm-mm.
So we didn't get up early enough to go listen anywhere. We just drove, trying to get our bearings. That way, when you're up and getting up and leaving at 5 o'clock in the morning or whatever, got to be out there in the dark. We kind of know where we was going. And so we hit 3 or 4 places in Missouri, ran down to the, well, we talked to Tommy, and he said he had a group. They were still hunting, was going to be out of there, but he had these cleaning people coming in. We couldn't get in until after lunch. So we found the Dutchmans, is that what it's called?
Dutchmans.
Man, let me tell you what, it's a Mennonite Walmart. Everything you could possibly want was in that store, from deli foods, groceries, to dry goods, to clothing, to hunting supplies, trapping supplies, books. They had it all.
Yeah. Plants.
Yeah, plants. Seed. I mean, they were the one-stop shop. Kind of like a Rural King in a way, except it was like, I mean, I'm not really comparing to, but if you go in a Rural King, they got a little bit of everything as well. But it was a cool place to go walk around, and we ran into Tommy there, and that's where he told us we could go ahead. I guess when we got done, we could go on to the house. Didn't we go to the house from there?
Well, he messaged us while we was in the parking lot after we got done in there and said, come on.
Oh, okay. He had done got back over there.
Mm-hmm.
He was in there picking up some groceries for us. So we rode down there and got unloaded, and he kind of told us where we'd be hunting at, and told us to go on hunt that evening. So kind of got a half a day hunt extra in. I would say it was fruitless, but it wasn't fruitless.
No.
I mean, we got in, got set up, and hunted the afternoon, didn't really see anything, and decided to move to another part of it, and it was getting close to roost time. Me and Roger went up top. You stayed off in the bottom down there, scouting it, making sure we knew where the lines were and that kind of thing. But when Roger and I drove up on the top to that parking spot up there, I mean, we were backing in, and there was 5 hens on private across the road from us, which was, I was excited. It was getting close to roost. Them things, you know, they're huge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a hen up there to me looks like a young Jake here, but or maybe a good sized Jake, I should say. Anyway, they kind of trotted over a little bit, but they got to fighting around with each other, and then they wandered off, and we backed on in, and we walked around some. Roger's leg was bothering him. He had knee surgery or some kind of surgery on his leg back in the winter. And then you were going to try to come across the creek.
That was a no-go.
That was a no-go. We could see you.
Yeah.
You saw us. Couldn't text you, but we could call you, or you could call us. It was weird. Their phone service was weird. But anyway, we drove back around, picked you up, and we went back up top because we figured we could hear better. But you and I'd wandered around. Roger sat on the tailgate. I think we saw a hen across the road.
Yeah.
And so I'd walked out to kind of see where she'd come from. And when I got back, you'd walked on off the hill side a little bit. Roger stayed on the tailgate, and we were listening. Sure enough, you could hear a hen yelping not far from us. So we eased back and put our eyes on. You saw her. I didn't see her. But right behind her, old big boy, there he comes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, when you see one of them, I don't know, it has like a big old beach ball with legs coming up there, a black beach ball. I mean, it was dusky dark. It was plenty. They were headed to roost. And we really didn't know where they went, did we?
Couldn't figure out where they went.
I mean, they got behind a clump of bushes on this other little side of a draw, and we never saw them again. They didn't cross the road because Roger didn't see them. We didn't see them fly up, but we wasn't sure we left before they flew up. I think we figured out what happened. I think they turned and went back off that hill, or at least he did.
Yeah.
And that was, I don't know if I call that day one. I guess it was day one we were there, but our true first day of hunting was Monday.
Or Tuesday.
Was it? Yeah, Tuesday. Because the Iowa season didn't come in until Wednesday. Yeah. So we were going to hunt 2 days in Missouri, then flip-flop over and hunt 2 days in Iowa. And so we were back there on top of the hill, what, 5 o'clock?
Early.
It was you're so exciting.
It's always
early.
It was always early. It's always early.
Every day's early from March 25th of this year to right now. But yeah, we parked back over there and we all went off the side of the hill.
Terrible wind.
Did we hear one gobble across the creek that morning?
Mm-hmm.
It was, yeah. Folks, it's windy. I guess it's windy all the time up there. It's probably breezy all the time. We'd call it windy here in Alabama. But anyway, we didn't hear anything super close. So we decided to drop off. They had a big, giant crop field down in the bottom. Looked like a giant landing strip to me. I mean, it was just right there in the bottom. I don't know if it was about 600-700 yards long.
Probably so.
I don't know how far across, 150 yards maybe.
Yeah, probably.
So we eased down there. Have to cross the fence because they keep cattle on where they're not plowing it for food. They're there to raise a crop. They generally got cows or something on it. That's on where people eat. But you eased out, right? Wasn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you eased out to take a look down the field. And what'd you see?
I seen a turkey, and I said, it's a turkey, and threw my binoculars up. Could tell it was a tom, and he was probably about 350 yards from us.
Oh, I think he's
Or
further.
400. I mean, he was a long way down.
He was way down there.
It was just really starting to break down.
Yeah, I mean, he was already on the ground. It's kind of weird to me. I mean, they're Easterns, but it kind of wasn't like an Eastern how they would act to me. I mean, he's by himself. The gobbler we seen that night before had a hen with him, but he's off down there. He was strutting a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't gobble though.
No, he was half strut a couple times, and then also he popped strut.
But we're so far away, and we're in the edge of the wood line. He didn't know we was in the world. And, of course, you was one doing the looking then. I think I couldn't stand it, kind of eased over there and took a look down through there. But, yeah, he was 400 or 500 yards away.
A long way.
Probably, maybe long further than that. But we decided we was going to have to cut the distance, so we jumped back in the woods. And we probably went, halfway to him?
Close to it, yeah, I would say.
Found a little place across the fence again, and we all got set up to where we thought we all had a good opportunity. You said you got Garho basically stuck in the middle where there's trees. Roger was on the far right, you was in the middle, and I was on the left. And I think the only reason it was set up that way was really because I was first through the fence.
Mm-hmm.
And then y'all come through the fence, and I eased up where I could see. First, I thought he was gone, but he had walked behind a big old, for lack of something better to say, like a big hedge or something over there on the other side. I'm not sure they even had hedge bushes.
He had
up
made it
there.
all the way across.
He was all the way over on the creek side,
Mm-hmm.
and was worried. I was worried he was going to fly the creek, which I wouldn't know why unless there would have been a flock of hens over there. He'd even attempted that. You know, to me, he would have went out to the road and hopped the water up there in the little crossing. But anyway,
Mhm.
we all got set up, and Roger, I don't know what call he broke out. It was a pot call.
That was the gangrene.
Gangrene.
Aluminum.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he hit it, and he was far enough away. It took, he gobbled before you heard the sound. Let's just put it that way. He wasn't 600 yards away, but he was a couple 250 anyway. And you up to him a few more times, he'd gobble and go in a strut, and he would ease our way. I mean, he started down that far side, and then so I hit my call a couple times, and Roger was on his call a little bit, and I truly believe he thought we were hens in that
field
behind us, a pasture, big green pasture behind us that he didn't know was there. So he come that 250 yards all the way down, and gobbling and strutting. Went right by me and you across the field, of course, way out of range, of course, 150 yards across that field. Hung a right. What'd you say? He come about 80, out to about 80.
Yeah.
Right dead in front of Roger. Made a left-hand turn, or on our left, been a right-hand turn for him. And come marching across. I wasn't sure. I thought for sure Roger was going to get a shot when he first started because he was coming that way, which it didn't matter to me who shot. We were there to kill turkeys.
Either.
And he turned and he come past you and almost dead in front of me.
Yeah.
And he hooked a left and just started in. And I don't know. I mean, he was coming. I believe he would have probably come right into our lap nearly but you never know. When he got in range of my gun, he was inside 50. I'd say 45, 40, somewhere in there. We didn't exactly measure it. But I basically said I could shoot him, and I didn't hear nobody say no. And I don't know if y'all heard me say, maybe I whispered it. Maybe I just moved my lips.
I hear nothing but boom.
Oh, good God. You had to have heard me. I'm sure I said it. Anyway, I pulled the trigger and he went down. I mean, it was a clean kill.
It was early.
Oh, yeah. Way early. It was, I mean, it wasn't like it was an out of distance shot. The bird dropped.
Mm-hmm.
He was motionless for a little while, then went through the nerves, and I think you even stepped on his head or something. Or I run out there. I think I grabbed him up. That's when he spurred me in the left hand, and had a little blood, but that's just part of the battle. As long as I don't get infected, my thumb rot off or something, I guess it'll be all right.
If it does, it'll be a cool story.
Oh, yeah. What happened to your thumb? You ain't gonna believe this.
Turkey.
Oh, turkey. They'll get you any way they can, buddy.
Getting you back.
I guess, I guess we're lucky they don't have venomous spurs, or they don't sting like a catfish when they fin you.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got him and we were all excited. And it was first morning, first bird. We didn't take a whole lot of time to look at him other than we knew he had pretty good spurs and nice beard, and he weighed, I knew he was heavy going up the hill. But anyway, later on, let's see, how did we do that? We hunted the rest of the morning.
Yeah. We didn't get on any more birds.
No. I don't think we heard nothing. Didn't see anything, but.
Then we went back out that afternoon somewhere.
I was sitting there trying to I'm jumping to the second one. You're right, because it was late. We come back in. It was pretty late after we ate lunch at the Dutchman place. Man, I actually kind of a breakfast lunch, I guess.
Yeah.
Brunch. I don't know if turkey hunters eat brunch, but we did. It was we had a little breakfast pizza thing. I thought it was really good. So anyway, we carried it back, weighed him up. He weighed a little over 24 pounds. One of the heaviest turkeys I've killed. 10.5-inch beard, 11-inch beard. I can't remember. A lot of people don't measure this stuff. I've always done it. It's just something for me. I couldn't tell you the lengths of anything I killed last year without going and looking at it, but a lot of these DNRs want to know. So I think it's important. I don't quite understand how people say they don't do that when you have, I guess they'll say over 6 inches, spurs over 3/4 or whatever. So anyway, I find it interesting. I don't think we measured the spread on that turkey.
I don't either.
No, I've got it down there. I think it's in the freezer. I got to thaw it out and flesh it out, hang it up. Should have done it, but man, it's been a whirlwind.
Mm-hmm.
So the next, that afternoon, they or Tommy tells me I can hunt Iowa the next morning. And where I'm going to hunt. It's a big farm, big enough for all three of us. He wasn't sure if I don't know if he thought we was all hunting together, going to split up, what we was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like a 500-acre farm or something. So, but I decided I would go back over where I killed the turkey, but on the other side of the creek, and scout for you and Roger. You and Roger went to a different farm.
Yeah.
This is where it gets interesting because we're driving ourselves. So it's like, well, they're going to take my truck to the farm. Tommy, what can I drive? Oh, you can drive the Prius. The what is? The Prius.
Princess Prius.
Yeah. I'm going, the turkey hunt? Oh, yeah. That's fine. Fine turkey hunt machine. It'll get you where you want to go. I don't know how many of you got. I never drove a Prius, so he had to go out there and give me a lesson on all the buttons that sometimes worked and most times didn't. So anyway, I learned how to crank it and how to do the little shift knob thing on it. Doesn't, it's not a car. I don't know what you call it. Toy. But I was going to have to cross a creek. Like a ford. I used to call them fords. I don't know what y'all call it. You ever call them anything? Anyways, where the water runs across the road, it's graveled. But there's a little bit of water in there, and I was kind of worried that Prius don't sit 8 inches off the ground. And it's like, if the water comes in the doors, just don't worry about it. Just keep going. It'll be fine. So y'all take the truck and head to another farm. I don't know which one that was. Anyway, I go back and I go sit in the back far corner of that field where I could see anything coming down. I could see the neighbor's property. We thought the turkeys might be roosting up behind there anyway. And I'm just going to tell my story. You can tell yours, how your hunt went. But anyway, I go over there and I didn't get there till 5 o'clock or maybe after. Because I wasn't hunting. I was just there. Basically, I was thinking fly up,
Mm-hmm.
So I get over there and walk down, and I'm going to walk down the line back toward the creek. And that line, it has a little ditch in it, and it's real thick with trees and bushes. Thank goodness. Because I get about halfway down there, across there, and I thought I saw something. I looked back across on the neighboring property, and there's a dang turkey. And of course, I didn't bring my binoculars like an idiot. I don't know why I didn't bring them, didn't think about them. Because I towed them in my turkey vest, but I just carried my turkey chair. That and an owl hooter, that's all I carried with me. And when I saw him, he was, after I studied him for a little bit, I finally could make out a beard, so I knew it was a gobbler. I worked my way back down the line to get better hid, but that turkey fed. I never made a sound. And if he'd have been on our side of the property, you could have killed him, and we could have called him to us, and you or Roger killed him if we got set up right. And he's interested. He was by himself. All he was doing was out there scratching in that field and feeding around. But he got within 25, 30 yards of me. Oh, I don't know. A good bit. I mean, 2 or 3 times. But he'd drift back out and he'd drift back in. And then he was kind of out from me, out toward the middle of the field. And there's some private on top of the hill across from that piece of property. And somebody got out there with, I don't know if it was a shotgun. They'd been shooting like a 22. It sounded like a high-powered rifle to me. And they shot it once, and he really come alert, and they shot again, and that was, he wouldn't have none of that. And he didn't take off running, but he was at a fast walk to the woods, back up in the woods where we thought they'd probably be roosting, which was all the way across the property. And he was on the other property, but we had woods behind us that joined it. And that was my full first day. So I'd killed a bird in Missouri, and y'all were hunting another farm. I don't know if y'all had seen anything, or I don't know.
Well, we all moved farms that morning after you killed yours. That's where we found all the morel mushrooms. Remember us going to that other farm?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
right.
And then we did take a late lunch.
That's right. We hunted it and found.
Yep.
Man, I wish I'd have took a picture of them.
We had a sack full.
We had a sack full. We had a decoy sack full of them.
Yeah.
But we didn't put them in, so we just threw them in the decoy bag. We toted one little hen decoy with us.
That was a nice farm. We seen some deer on it, seen some turkey sign, didn't see any birds. But anyway, that afternoon, we actually went to a farm that you hadn't been to. It was the one where you had to go through private to get to it.
Oh,
so we didn't look at that farm because we'd want to talk to Tommy first, find out how you got into there.
You're right. I'd forgot we went and got the morels, and then y'all went to that other farm.
And you were on your scouting.
I was on
mission.
the scouting. So, I thought it was mighty kind of me to get out there.
Yes.
You do feel a little, I don't know. I felt a little, I hesitate to call it guilt because I shot first. Because you want everybody. I'd love 3 of them to come walking in, and we all 3 got just tripled up and been done. But
or jumped on another one and then
just got another one. Somebody else get one, and
just didn't work out. It was super windy,
and he told us that Missouri was going to be tough.
Yeah.
So,
but me and Roger went over to this real pretty huge field with little fingers of woods coming out. It was on a creek, big creek, and I can't remember the name of it. And anyway, we went over there and hunted that afternoon, and had a hen come in and a jake. We ended up seeing a hen and a jake. And I'll be honest with you, I almost killed the jake. We had him within like 10 yards, and I just backed out on it.
But hindsight being what it was, probably would have shot him.
Yeah, probably so. But I mean,
hopes are still high. We're it's the first day.
Yeah, we're day one.
Day one of, I know, and we're only gonna have 2 days in each state, but
right. And there were some other places, we hadn't hunted yet and whatever. And you had, I think me and you had texted a little bit, and you told me that you'd seen another gobbler on that other side of the river. So, I mean, that kind of lined it up. If we didn't get anything that evening, we'd go back and hunt the other side of the river the next morning, which we did. And we heard 4 birds, wasn't on the property we were hunting, but you never know.
Yeah.
And, when they hit the ground, they got quiet. There wasn't another gobble. So, while we were there, you were in Iowa. That was your day one, Iowa.
Yes.
And we did have a coyote come into the decoy, and I thought I was going to shoot him. But we just, heard these birds gobble not long before that. So we was trying to, get a bird and not blow everything out of there. But we was able to, and he was within 20 yards. He was at the decoy.
Was he coming for the decoy?
Yeah. He worked his way all the way around that field, down the edge of the river, all the way down the hedgerow, and he disappeared one time in the hedgerow. So I thought he'd went over in that other big field on the neighbor. Then all of a sudden he popped back out, and here he came, and he finally seen the decoy, and man, he was on a beat, just straight to it. But anyway, that morning turned up nothing for us. So you can take over on your day one there in Iowa.
Well, once again, I'm in the Prius. Which I'll back up and say it did cross the water.
Yeah.
At the other place, which I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm here. I am in Missouri in a Prius, turkey hunting. Don't know nobody, and I'm gonna have to walk out of there. I'd have to walk top the hill, get a signal to get somebody to come pull me out. And I figured, oh hell, there'll be anyway. So anyway, the next morning, headed to the Iowa farm. And we, he had told me, you know, I wasn't too worried. There wasn't supposed to be no water. Roads wasn't really muddy. But he said it'd be fine. And, you know, there's a big old propane tank parked by it. I was turned around when I got out of the car. I started walking. I bet I walked 100 yards in the wrong direction before I turned on my own. It's because I kept saying, this don't look right to how the map looked.
Right.
You know, he told me where to go. And he had a game camera marked. Thank God.
Yeah.
And said, go down that way. They'll be roosted down in them bottoms, or they had been roosting in them bottoms on the river. So I turn around, get back to the car, and then I hit the farm road and head out across and get to the top. And you and I discussed which side to go down. And it wasn't quite as wide as I thought it would be.
Wasn't as far either. Really.
No. I thought it was going to be a lot further walk. We've walked a lot more than that. So the last few days, weeks, whatever. But so I cross on over to the other hedgerow or windrow, whatever you want to call it. Trees down a ditch, basically. And I had my tetras in. If y'all don't know it, I'm about deaf, so I wear tetras. Just so I can hear, and plus it protects your hearing too. So, and I'm walking, and anybody that wears these things knows if you're walking, man, the crunch of yourself. Now, if you get out, like when you're walking way ahead of me, I don't hear all that, but right under me, I can hear me walking. I thought as I'm walking across through there, I said, did I hear a gobble? Because the owls were already owling. It was still pretty dark. It was breaking light fairly well. And I stopped and got out my old Harrison Hooter. And I gave it a hoot. And man, immediately one fired off. I'm talking about straight down in front of me in that bottom. I'm about halfway to it. And I went, oh, crap. You know, he done told me get in that bottom.
Yeah.
And my plan was to get down there on the edge, grab my decoy, set it out in the field, and maybe set up to where I could shoot the woods or the field if they flew down and come into the field. So by the time I get to the edge of the woods, I done heard two more fire off, or there's another one by the first one. They're gobbling, and there's a third one. Anyway, I had no time to do nothing. It's already getting pretty light. So I find a tree, plop my butt down, throw the decoy off to the side of me, or I shouldn't say throw it down, laid it down over there, kind of getting my stuff together, get my calls out. I had a pot call, but I didn't have a chance to use it. But anyway, I look up to I'm kind of facing down the field line. There's a little fence beside me. And I look up, and I bet you 40, 45, 50 yards from me, I see a turkey silhouette in the tree, and I'm going, oh my God. You know, I don't know if it's a gobbler or hen at the time. It's still real dark. But the hens are already starting to tree yelp some, and man, the gobbler's going crazy. I thought, I better make a noise if I'm gonna, I want them to know I'm here too.
Right.
Not just go off with the hens. I ain't got a decoy now out there in the field, so. And I got a recording. I could try to play it, but I turned on the recorder because it was so cool. All these turkeys gobbling and these hens, and I don't know. Should I try to play it? Y'all can't judge my calling. The calling's too close anyway. It sounds like I'm calling real loud, but I was not calling real loud. I thought I was mimicking the hens. It really didn't sound that way to me. But the turkeys responded to it, and they knew I was there. So this went on for about 15 minutes. And then I heard I saw a hen fly out of a tree over into the neighbor field, down where them other gobblers were, the 2 gobblers were. I'm kind of facing that way. And I really, in hindsight, probably should have been turned around on the tree, but I wasn't. You know, when you got to sit where you got to sit, you just got to do it. And so these 2 good turkeys are gobbling kind of off to my left in front of me. And then I got a gobbler directly over my left shoulder gobbling. And I thought he was further away, but apparently he was turned the other way on a limb facing the river. And then he turned around and I said, holy crap, he's real close. I mean, I'm under these turkeys. There's hens yelping everywhere. And I start hearing him drum. You know, Deaf Anthony, when he can hear one drum on a limb, that turkey's pretty doggone close. Now, I had my tetras in and they're brand new and they're all tuned up, so that helped. But then another hen flew over my head. I didn't see even where she landed in the field because I'm not moving. And I hear another turkey gobble even further back over my left shoulder. So I know there's 4, and I might have heard a 5th. And I'm sitting there looking to my left, and I see come sailing from the river a bird, and he hit the ground, and he wasn't 20, 30 yards from me when he hit the ground, but he didn't take very many steps. And I saw that big beard swinging. The other 2 birds were still gobbling, and I shot him right there. Boom. He went down if you're at 20, 25 yards with TSS and your gun's right, that bird ain't going nowhere.
No.
Well, I did not jump up. You know, your urge is to go get them. But I did not want to mess up. You people out there in podcast land may not believe me, but I was thinking about you and Roger.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going, I don't want to mess up this, because I knew y'all be hunting this farm. So I set tight. The hens still yapping. I don't know if the gobbler flew or just shut up because of the gunshot. But I sat there for another 20 minutes before I went over. It kind of quietened down. The rest of the birds flew down. I figured the other gobblers I was hearing, the gunshot shut them up, or they flew while I was in my excitement and not paying no attention. And because I did try to cackle a little bit and that kind of stuff, but just hoping to calm things down. So I get up and I ease over there and get the bird. Come back and sit down. I'm still hearing hens yelping. I think they're on the ground by then. And just, everybody says savor the moment. So I'm thinking I'm going to savor this, but I'm not going to get up because I don't want to bump birds and mess things up for you guys. So I'm sitting there in about 10 minutes. I look up the hill to the very top of the hill, right where I walked in. There's a little old shooting house on the ground. There's a box on the ground. And right there in front of it, there's a big and blowed up. Now, he's 200, 250 yards.
Right.
Maybe a little close, somewhere in that range. I tried to get a picture of him, but it was grainy. But I shot that bird it had to be 6:15.
Yeah.
It was early. My hunt was over fast. But I stayed in the woods until after 7. So I waited until that bird, he strutted around up there for a long time. Never saw no hens with him. And then he disappeared back on that side where me and you discussed going down. And, when I figured I wasn't going to scare anything else up, I took my bird and went back to my Prius. I may have I think I did post some pictures of the Prius bird. Anyway, I put it in there and then I ran on back. Y'all were still hunting. And I went on down to the Dutchman, get me a cup of coffee and another piece of breakfast pizza. And that's what I did. And so now I'm done. I mean, I'm not going to hunt it all. I mean, I'm not going to carry a gun anymore.
Right.
And I think I text you guys and y'all hadn't had any luck over there and y'all didn't come back. Got your Iowa tags and y'all were headed back over there where I'd hunted. I'd already dropped pins where I'd heard turkey, saw turkeys. So like I said, I go on back to the house and we take pictures, and I think there was 3 other birds killed that morning. How many was there in there of us? 6? Yeah, 6 of us. So that opening morning of Iowa, 4 birds were killed. You and Roger had done left to go back to that farm, and you can take over from there because y'all hunted kind of a mid-morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if y'all ate anything when you were at the lodge.
No, we just
grabbed your
got our
license,
tags.
got your tags and stuff.
Yeah. And we headed back over to where you just killed your bird. Like I say, you'd send me a little overlay that you had made versus the one Tommy gave us. Because
I think I screenshot all my things.
Yeah,
so.
what is Cusco?
MRI.
Yeah,
that was recent.
That was my MRI.
That was morning.
Yeah.
Morning recent information.
That was a couple hours old.
Yeah, it was very fresh.
Well, we pulled in, and, I'm getting orientated with the land because me and you talked about the night before, and we both thought it was a little further. Anyway, we get out, get our stuff on, start heading down, and we find that finger of timber that goes down between the 2 fields, and was trying to figure out in it kind of where to set up to where you could maybe see them if they come through the field on the bottom, or if they come through the woods or down the field edge on either side. And found a spot, and down toward the bottom. We couldn't shoot the very bottom, but we were close to it. Just trees wouldn't work out in there for a setup, so we had to stay off of it just a little bit. But anyway, me and Roger got in there, and I asked him, I said, where you want to set? And he found a tree there and set up. And while he was setting his chair and all up, I went on out and set the decoy and come back and set mine up. And I was sitting a little bit lower than Roger, but I could see like the hillside going back up. We sat there for a while and then, made a few calls after we let everything settle down, and thought we heard a bird gobble kind of up on the hill. And a few minutes went by, he didn't gobble again, and Roger called again, and he gobbled, and we could hear him kind of in between winds. And I looked up.
Yeah, the wind had got up.
Yeah. I looked up the hill, and I seen him just for a split second. And then he was gone. We didn't know if he'd went in the woods behind us and was coming in behind us, or went to the field on the opposite side, or what he'd done. And so we sat there, and probably 15, 20 minutes goes by, and we ain't heard nothing. And Roger hit him with aluminum pot call again, and he fired off. And I'm telling you, right there, being in that area that morning, I can only imagine all the birds you had gobbling. But it's such open country, but then it goes off a couple of different ways. And at one time, I thought the bird had gotten the field behind us and trying to pinpoint him. And but I could see out in that field. I told Roger, I said, I think he's going around the hillside and going to come out in front of us. And that's exactly, that's what he...
So he went in behind y'all and then circled back out?
No, he actually went out in front of us and dropped off in that other little finger.
Yep. Okay.
And we were sitting there, and next thing I know, I seen Roger get down on his gun, and I knew he was like getting down on it like you would.
Yeah.
Because the bird hadn't gobbled, and he's down on the gun hard, and I can't see anything. I'm down in a little old swag, got a couple of trees, and I've got these green bushes that are like 2 foot high, and they're thick like a hedgerow that would run around a football stadium or something. I can't see anything. And I said, is he out there? And Roger's like, yeah, he's in front of me. And so I can't see the show, and I'm like, I'm just waiting for the gun to go off. And I see Roger kind of shifting with the bird. And then as I'm looking, because I'm looking kind of at his barrel where it's at, there's a couple of trees right there.
You still can't see the bird.
Still can't see the bird, and the barrel hadn't moved anymore. He's still down on the gun, and I'm just waiting. I don't know what the bird's doing because I can't see. And, a couple minutes go by or whatever, and then all of a sudden I can see the bird. He's come up past those bushes where I'm at. And anyway, I shot the bird when he got.
He walked out. He went on past and walked out in front of you.
Yeah, he'd come up. He was walking up.
He's going up the hill again.
Yeah.
So he done passed the decoy out there.
Yeah, and like I say, it was windy, and you know how it is. I'm not sure if she was turning some because I couldn't see her.
Yeah.
And maybe he just didn't like the look of the decoy or something. I'm not 100% sure. I don't
Those
really
are good decoys, folks. I mean, this ain't like the old styrofoam Walmart job.
I mean, we're running Avion X,
yeah.
So, but sometimes, I mean, like that wind, it'll just kind of, it makes them move. Sometimes it looks good, and sometimes it's just a little too much when they're that close.
Sure.
And I don't know. He was probably somewhere between 15 and 20 yards when I shot him. And I run out there and got him, and we come out. And at the time, I mean, I was just wanting to get out of there, and before we messed something else up or whatever, And we got out. And I really didn't notice a whole lot about the bird until we got back to the lodge where we didn't have to worry about busting birds or whatever, because once again, there was a lot of birds on that farm, and apparently they were moving and grooving. And so this is like at 11:30. So there's an evening hunt to be had.
Oh, yeah. So how long was y'all there total, you think?
We was probably there an hour.
Okay.
45
So you had a quick hunt too.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't that long.
Y'all's hunt was pretty fast, mid-morning hunt.
So we come back and then kind of sat around for a few minutes just to cool off or whatever. And then me and you got out there and started doing some weighing and measuring. And I was 24.8.
Yeah. He was right at 25 pounds. I mean,
and then we got noticing he had his first multi-beard bird I've ever killed. He was 7 1/4 and 11 1/4 on the beards.
Yeah, beautiful beards.
And the main one was a paintbrush.
Yeah.
It was a nice beard. And then upon further investigation, I didn't know it, but I just killed the biggest hook bird I'd ever killed. He was 1.5 inches on one side and 1 7/16 inches on the other. Somewhere between 1 7/16 inches and 1.5 inches. I mean, it was close. You could about call him an 1.5 inch bird.
He's the biggest one they had killed down there that year, so far.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's went since we left.
Which you didn't know at the time until I started telling Tommy about the bird, and he said that something had knocked his pole with his trail camera over. He uses those things like me and you do.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I've got a picture of that bird you're talking about. He said the camera actually took the picture sideways. He said, I'm going to find it and send it to you, which I've got it.
So you can see the beards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he had a guy there, a hunter last year. Well, he hunts with him every year, and he killed a multi-bird beard last year. And when they come in this time, he said, hey, I got another multi-bird beard, but he didn't want to hunt that farm. He wanted to hunt somewhere he'd hunted previously.
Yeah.
And so when I killed Tommy sent him a little video clip and said, I told you there's a multi-bearded bird. And, but yeah, so we got some pictures made and with it. And, Roger, he was going to hunt the afternoon back over there. And me and you,
we went back to Missouri.
Jump in the Prius.
Yeah.
We jumped in the Prius.
You got to experience the old Prius.
Yeah. And we went back and hunted Missouri, and so we seen 3 hens, and I seen
a gobbler,
and something, I don't know what happened.
I still don't know that gobbler. And I just heard a podcast not too long ago where the question was asked, the gobbler's dust, because they were just talking about dust bowls and stuff. And I've never seen one dusting, but all I saw was his head stick up and looking. At the time, I couldn't tell if it was a Jake or what, I knew it was a gobbler. I saw red. I could see red. And then when he finally stood up, I saw his beard. Now we couldn't hunt him. We could have tried calling him.
Right.
And,
really,
we did.
Really, I think that tractor that was up there doing spraying or disking or whatever it was doing, I believe he's what bumped them hens, because them hens.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, those hens was, I got up for something to go look down the field or something. I don't know. Something stupid anyway.
I think you went to see what the tractor was doing.
Yeah.
we were trying to figure out if he was in our field.
That's what it
Right.
was. But
And these hens was just coming by me. Just
I thought I had spooked them, but after that other one come by at the speed of light,
Yeah.
we knew it was the tractor they'd been over there spraying the field across the creek from us or something and ran them over that way.
Wouldn't have been for the Prius. They might have been in there on us. I'm glad the Prius had the roadblocks for that evening. Which we left the key in
was it an hour, a little bit more than an hour before I saw that gobbler.
Yeah.
But anyway, he stood up and I saw his beard, and I still don't know what spooked it. These fields would fill up with coons.
Big coons.
Big coons. They're out there, digging up a little bit of corn. And we did see some,
Few corn cobs.
corn cobs and little old pieces of corn here and there. I thought the corn had been all gone.
Me too. Cause
It'd been, I guess, November when they or maybe earlier than that, October when they harvest. And you had all winter. Of course, I know it's covered in snow and ice and that kind of stuff. But anyway, he stood up, and I thought there was a hen, but it was the back of one of them coons. And I still think that coon might have spooked him. He got up, and he went straight back in the woods back over there. At a good pace. He didn't run, but he was not going to stay in that field. That kind of ended our evening, because we did stay over there, I guess, long enough to hoot. Didn't you hoot?
Well, while we was there, Roger texted.
Yeah,
us.
we had bad news, and Roger had texted, and his sister-in-law, his wife's sister, had passed away. Pretty much unexpected.
Yeah.
And that really put a damper on Roger's hunt that afternoon. I really felt like if he had been in them bottoms where they roosted, they'd come back in there, but a tractor had come in over on the top side of the hill, somewhere over there in one of them fields, and I'm sure he was emotional and had a lot on his mind.
And just trying to figure out.
Well, then how I'm going to get home. He had texted me, could I carry him to the airport, which would have been more than glad to, of course. But, it was kind of like, like you said, this is family.
Right.
We'll just leave. And it was like, no, I don't want to mess up your hunt. And which I understand, great gesture. But no,
Which, when we travel, most time it's just us, but your dad's 84. My mom's been having a few health issues, and
something happened, we turn and burn.
We'd turn and burn. Or if they was to call and say, hey, you've got a couple hours to get here, we would get one of us to the airport.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But, so, me and you kind of told him we'd do whatever he wanted to, but then we were over coming up with a plan that, hey, we'll get back, we'll load everything up, we'll get up in the morning like we're going turkey hunting and just tire out.
Yeah,
his car was here at your house, and there was a lot of logistics.
That's the whole thing. He was going to have to fly out of Des Moines, and that's a hour and a half drive one way. Then he was going to have to fly to Chicago, catch a plane, fly to Huntsville.
And we was going to have to make arrangements.
My wife was probably going to pick him up and get him back over here. And then he was going to have to turn around and drive 4 hours to, at least close to 4 hours, back to his house in Georgia. By the time you do all that, we've done kind of figured up our time. You'd basically be at the house, here at my house anyway.
And we burnt the roads
That's
up
what we
coming
did.
back.
That's exactly what we did. We packed our stuff. The truck was ready to go except for our little throw in the truck bags. And we grabbed a cup of coffee and we hit the road and we came to the house. And
GPS was good to us. Took us somewhere.
I still don't know, but I don't know how we missed St. Louis. We missed Memphis. We missed Nashville. We didn't go through nothing.
It was good times.
And I don't think it was any longer, any shorter, about the same amount of time. Saw country and towns I'd never heard of.
Me too.
So anyway, we got back. Roger got home.
He made good time and going home too.
Great time. Atlanta was nice to him. Let him get on through there.
He really, by the time I went home and fueled going home, because we didn't fuel all the way home. We fueled that morning, and I had about an eighth.
Well,
of
we
the
was
tank.
just trying to get him back because we knew he had a long ride.
We only stopped 2 times to use the bathroom on the way back, and one of them was because there was a big wreck. So we were either going to be setting it out or go ahead and do what we need to do. So, but It didn't seem like time I got fuel and got to my house, which is 35 minutes, and got fuel and whatever, and got home and got unloaded and kind of got adjusted. It seemed like he was texting and saying, I made it.
Yeah.
I was like, man,
He did
which
good.
he said Atlanta was good. And he said he rolled right on through. So
he took care of his family matters. And,
yeah.
you know, that kind of, I know it was hard, but we knew we was going to see him the following week.
Yeah.
Or I was hoping we would. I didn't know exactly how that would go, but, so we basically, I went on to work Friday. I did not hunt the weekend. Kind of wish I had of, but I didn't. And washed clothes, got everything ready. I worked Monday, Tuesday, and half a day Wednesday that week. And you did the same basically. And we were packed up. And Wednesday about 2:30, 3 o'clock, we were on the road headed to Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
And folks, I wish we had better news. It wasn't quite the same trip as it was to Missouri and Iowa.
Or the Illinois trip from last year.
Or the Illinois trip from last year. Apparently, sorry about that. Apparently, one of our little, I'll call it our honey hole, we thought was money. The fields didn't get planted the previous year from, I guess, all the rain. And they weren't disc or killed down or replanted this year. But maybe we shouldn't get in there. Anyway, we drove Wednesday, we went to our little place, and no, we're not going to tell you where it is, but I'll tell you it was in Illinois. I'm not that paranoid. But we were hunting in Illinois and met up with our legacy crew. I thought we was part of the crew. Apparently maybe not. I don't know. After David's comment about the legacy crew tagging out, me and you didn't tag out, but
no.
Now I will say this: it shows you what good hunters can do when basically 3 men tag out in 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now we weren't part of those 3 men. We were 2 of 5. So the first 3 tag out. I mean, the first day we get it, we head straight back to our spot because we just know.
We know the property.
We know, and we did hear turkeys gobble.
Mm-hmm. I don't think they were on that property.
No, I think that was 1.5 miles away. I don't know. Beautiful morning.
Yeah.
And we walked some of our same spots, went around calling, looking, didn't really see no sign. Not that you see a lot of sign up there. There's not muddy roads to walk in. We're hunting public national forest lands, which cover, there's only, what did we say, 290,000 acres?
They've got it between, on the map, 280 to 289.
So I don't think we're burning a spot if we said we were hunting the Shawnee National Forest in Illinois.
No, because it covers 8 counties.
Yeah. So, for all you paranoid people, no, we wouldn't burn those spots. But the spot we thought would be burning up was completely cold. I mean, one turkey hen I saw it and you didn't even see it. And we hunted there one morning and then come back over for the afternoon, right? Then we come back over there later. We went to another spot and then came back to it. Yeah, because the next day we came back.
No, that was day 2.
Day 2 we came back.
Yeah, we came back. We went and hunted that new place that we found.
Oh,
that morning where we heard the one bird gobble one time.
Yeah.
And then we ended up burning out of there and going back to.
We just knew it was just a fluke. It was just a fluke, people. There's turkeys everywhere. Because last year we saw 4 or 5 jakes.
Yeah, at one time.
We know we left 3 birds gobbling. So we just, and that was the 5th season then. So we just knew that it was going to be covered up. But no, we did a lot of sightseeing out there. I mean, we went to Pine Hollow Lookout. And it was pretty, but there wasn't no turkeys there. There's an eagle flew over. We did get attacked by some eagles at another spot. Or not attacked, but she was not happy.
She was being protective of something.
There had to be a nest. I never saw no nest.
Not either.
maybe I'm sure they had mated by then. There wasn't no mating going on, but we did see the pair.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, our spot was dead. Day one was a blowout. We hunted 5 days. When I say we hunted 5 days, we hunted 5 days. You can't hunt between 1 o'clock. So we carried a Uncrustable with us and water. And most days we were sitting there at 5 o'clock. That one morning, let's see, what was that? Day 3, 4? Day 3 is when we're in the bubble.
Yeah, that was Saturday.
Yeah, so we go to another spot. We was going to one place. It was so funny. We're going to this spot that we had a little MRI on, and as we're coming down the highway to turn on the road to go to that spot, we meet a truck coming at us. I'm talking about if I'd have been 30 seconds quicker.
He had the right of way.
Oh, no, yeah. I mean, I could not turn left. He was going to turn right, and I was going to turn left. And he turned in front of us, and we're behind him, and we get to our turn in where we're going to go, where we had our little MRI, and he turns into our spot. And it's like, holy crap. What is the chances of that? I mean, we missed our spot literally by like 3 seconds, 4 seconds. I mean, because he was just that close to make the turn. And I'm sure he would have said the same thing if we'd have turned in front of him, like, holy crap, what is the chances of that? Because we were getting there early. I saw more people hunt this season than I've seen in previous. Not saying they weren't that many last year, because we stayed basically in 1 or 2 places. But anyway, it worked out. We went on down the road, found another little block, probably 3/4 mile down the road from there. And woo,
Heard a few birds got.
Oh yeah. But man, did we have to plow through some crap and go across legally go across fences. We didn't hop fences. These were 5-strand barbed wire, and they were tight. This was all National Forest land that the cattle was being run on. It was University of Illinois had it. It was still legal to hunt. We checked with the game warden, made sure. And anyway, we're going towards a couple of birds we heard. We're going to have to cross a pasture, which meant crossing one fence.
We crossed a bunch.
2 gates, another fence to get into the woods. I don't know.
We didn't even use gates.
We crawled under.
We crawled.
We actually went through a place on a creek.
Yeah.
One time where they had it kind of barricaded off where the cows could get through. Thank God we could. I don't know where those birds really went, because by the time we sat down, we'd done gone nearly a mile. You don't think, well, first we set up probably half a mile in, set up under a big cedar bush. You love cedars, and they are great setups. I'm sitting right beside a dusting spot, had feathers in it. So we knew there's turkeys. We'd already heard them. And we'd sit there, an hour?
Yeah.
Maybe an hour and a half. And you heard a turkey gobble.
Kind of a long way
Kind of a long way off, but the leaves were full foliage up there. I mean, so, judging distance a little bit harder when there ain't no leaves on the trees. And I didn't hear it. Second time I heard it gobble.
You heard, well, I think I heard a second time, but it was mixed in with some of that road traffic. And then the third time, we both looked at each other and we was like,
he's there.
He's
not as far as we think, because of the way he's on the ground. And that, knowing what we know now, he's probably in the holler.
And I think he had moved.
He'd come that
from
way.
The first time I heard
I think he heard us calling, and probably was working towards us. Where he had ever came over where we were, I doubt it. Because we went another 1/4 mile or so in and set up, and forever, and we're done giving up on that. Hadn't heard him no more, and then he fires off again.
Soft calling and just doing our thing.
Yeah. And he fires off again, and then he's within 100 yards, easy.
Yeah.
So we decided we're going to make a move, try to get in there a little bit closer to him. We knew we had some trash in front of us or whatever. If we could just make it, the fence made a 90. I don't know how many acres we kind of jotted out into where the pastures were. And we think, if we can get above him right there, if he stays in that hole, well, actually, we wouldn't even decided on that at the time. We're at the corner where it goes up. And we're talking about, do we go on in or we go up? Where we go? If we go up there, we're looking for a place. You're always looking for your tree. If you're not looking for a place set up, you're messing up, in my opinion. And
He gobbled.
he gobbles. And he ain't 50 yards away, but it's thick. And then it's like, oh, crap. I might not say crap. I tend to, my language gets a little lively.
I'm pretty sure as we was walking, he thought it was a hen.
Yeah, I think he heard us walking and thought we were hens scratching around because, I mean, it's noisy in those leaves and nobody's in there. This is just, it's not old growth forest, but ain't nothing cleaned up or burned up in these. And anyway, we decide we're going to, we don't have a choice then. We got to go uphill. And we found two of the best setup trees I think you could have found. I mean, they're side by side, big, cover your body, just a little rise in front of us. He's going to be just over the rise. And then he's going to come up there. You eased out and throw the old Henrietta or whatever you call her, the old fuzzy, up to if he would come up that rise, took a look, he might see her. And we would definitely see him.
It would take his attention off.
And one of us would get a shot. And we sat down and we waited and we waited. We called. Nothing. And I think we done started kind of having a little chat again about, I don't know, about the move or what was going to, where did he go? And then, wow. I mean, he's there, but he's not there. He's within 25 yards.
I could hear him spitting and drumming at one time.
Going.
And I told you, I said, yeah, he's going to come around to the right.
We're so tight on the guns then. I mean, my shoulder was hurting. I had the gun pulled so tight. Safety's off. My safety was off. I'm assuming yours was too. I mean, this bird is 25, 30 yards. It wasn't 20 yards to the hump, to the little rise. And he gobbles again and he moves to the right. We're kind of shift to the right. I'm thinking, hell yeah, I'm going to get me a shot up here. Next thing you know, 5 minutes later, off to the left, and he's off down there to your left. I'm going, damn, Dustin's going to get to kill him. He's going to come right around that bush right there.
Right around that tree stand.
That's all he's got to do. There's a tree stand out in front of us at about 30 yards, I guess. Couldn't see the bottom of it because it's over a rise. Apparently, the turkey roosted on that tree stand. I don't know what, but he loved that wherever that tree stand was because most of his time was spent right around that tree,
right in front of it.
Half the time he'd gobble. Man, it was like this went on 3.5 hours. We're there. It's after 11. This is 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning, and it's weird. We're working the bird, and we just ain't inside the bubble. We're next door. I mean, we're right there. I mean, I could held up the little bubble blower, and he could have blew a bubble.
Yeah.
But you can't see him, and it's not because the woods were thick. We had that little rise in front of us, and then we got convinced that was a bowl down in there.
Yeah.
And you kept looking, pick up your binoculars and look, I can't see the bottom of the trees. It's got to go off deeper than what it was. I'm looking at my little onyx here and there, and I'm going, what? It's got to be wrong. The onyx is wrong. If there's a hole right there and he's down in it, But he just, man, on and on and on.
The rain's supposed to come in at 2.
Yeah, you'd looked and, there's rain north. Wasn't even no rain in the forecast the day before.
No.
And then it's like, there's rain north of us, but it ain't coming in till about 2, which cutoff time for hunting up there's 1 o'clock. So we're fine. We got about an hour walk back to the truck. We're a mile in. And that's, what was it? 12 o'clock, somewhere right in there, close to it. Somewhere, the wind starts picking up. It's already cool.
Big wind.
I mean, it's blowing. He's still gobbled, though.
Yeah.
He's still there. Hindsight being what it is now, I'm kind of like, I think one of us should have made a move. I know Roger said one of us should have moved back, but there was
cold.
nowhere to go back. I mean,
we'd had to climb under the
you'd
fence.
had to go under the fence and go out in the pasture when you'd been seen if you
You'd
stood
been wide
up.
open out there.
But hindsight being 20/20, if I had to do all over
We'd
again,
have belly crawled to that
we'd have
hump.
belly crawled, or I believe if we'd stood up, we might have seen him. But he had seen us.
Maybe when he gobbled down
Down in there, we should have
maybe.
eased up, like in a prone position, looking up that hill, like he's looking for Iranians in the oil fields. So, but we didn't. That's turkey hunting, though. But it gets better. It gets better. As the wind is blowing, all of a sudden, there is a flash of lightning. I'm talking about a flash of lightning and a cracking boom of thunder. He gobbled.
Yeah, I knew
He's still there.
Yeah.
Oh. And then the rain starts to come.
And it's already cold. I know you
It's
done mentioned
cold.
that, but I'm going to reiterate
It's
that.
cold
already
because it's
cold.
in the low 40s every morning. So it's a cold, sprinkly rain, and it thunders and lightnings, and the rain gets harder. I can look out kind of in the pasture and go, ooh, it's raining out there. Well, the rain moved on in. I kind of look at the radar. Future radar says it's going to skirt north of us. It just didn't say it was going to put an inch of rain on our butts while we sitting there against the tree. And the wind is really howling. And then I look at you. At first, I thought I saw something on the leaves. Then I look at you, and there's stuff bouncing off your shoulders and arms. It's hailing. Now, not big hail, not Oklahoma hail,
No.
but it was still.
Just little flakes of hail.
It was if it had been December, it'd been sleet. In my book, that's how about the size. It was sleet, but it was hail because it was springtime and it was thunderstorming. And if you followed along with any of us, you know we tend to find bad weather. I don't know what it is. We always get caught in something. And this wasn't really our fault. If we'd have known it was coming in that early, well, we couldn't have left because we were working this bird. I mean, this was the one. I mean, he should have been dead. So we wasn't going to go nowhere. And we really didn't go anywhere. We stuck it out. I mean, it's pouring down. So we're wet. We're sitting there. It's close to cutoff time, and we figure it's a good time. We're not going to get in. He got real quiet, and we figure it was a good time to make our escape. We come back and get him in the morning because he ain't going to go nowhere. He's right there. He'd been there all day. Been there 3.5 hours. Stubborn. I know there wasn't no hens with him. We didn't heard the first cluck, the first nothing. And if you can hear him spit and drum, you'd hear a hen if she purred or clucked or anything else. So we snuck out of there. I thought we did excellent. I mean,
A lot easier going out where we could see them
oh yeah,
fences and
well,
them
going
gates
out,
in the middle of the fence.
we hit these giant fields were sectioned off, and the best we could figure out, just they're all test fields, and they let the cows graze for so long. I don't know what they're doing, measuring the growth of the grass and how much they eat and how long it takes to graze out of place or what they prefer to eat.
Because they're all the same size. It's
Yeah.
like they're doing some kind of study on that.
And they're full of beautiful, lush clovers and grasses, and there's a little fescue mixed
Nice
in.
mix.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Smorgasbord for
Smorgasbord.
wildlife.
And no reason a turkey would starve to death between the acorns and the hardwoods and that.
Some of that clover was almost shin high.
My God, it was beautiful. So we slip out of there. We're soaking wet, but we do get back fairly easy because now we can go through gates. Strange little gates. I kind of liked them, but let me tell you, you let that bar slip out of your hand.
You've been missing some.
These things were barbed wire, had a couple of little posts to keep the barbed wire strands, separated. And then the big post that went next to the gate. And on the big post was a chain and a bar. And some of y'all probably know what we're talking
Like a
about.
piece
It's
of
kind of new
galvanized
to an
pipe.
Alabama boy to me. I'd never seen this before, but you put the gate you stick the post in a little loop at the bottom of the big post, and then you wrap the chain around it, and you pull it back around that post to the back side under a nail or a screw. You better not let it slip
It's got some pressure.
because you're gonna have dental work done
You look like a hockey player.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're gonna have a new set of
Or
false
get your
teeth
bell
for
rung.
sure. Yeah,
Broke nose. Something
was gonna happen. So anyway, we walked them out all the way out for the most part. Yeah, we did, didn't we? Yeah.
Except where we kind of got messed up on that one, and we had to go through the cow water.
Yeah,
We was already
right. Oh yeah,
soaked
we
anyway.
went through a water trough. It was nearly empty, ankle deep, whatever. We were soaking wet, so it didn't matter.
But besides that, we made our way. It was a long walk back. I didn't think we was ever gonna get up that one hill.
Wet walk.
That hill was just forever long.
It wasn't super steep, but it was just what a grade.
Long, gradual.
Maybe a 45, I don't know, 33 and a half. I know I didn't want to look up.
It got bigger.
I just kept looking at my feet because it looked flatter as we walked. But we just knew, hey, we're gonna
come in here in the dark in the morning.
In the dark. And we did.
And it was 37 that morning.
37 degrees the next morning. Going to be beautiful up till mid-morning. The wind was going to get up again or something.
And we got soaked walking in.
Yes. Well, everything was wet and foggy.
Super foggy.
And we're walking in. We're at our spot, 5:15.
Yeah.
Where we kind of left him.
We've covered over a mile.
We figured we're going to hear him gobble right there somewhere. And we waited.
If not, the other two birds
the other
left.
two's going to gobble somewhere. We done heard them all. Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That Satan bird had left. And all the other ones left. Did we might have heard one way off.
That one behind us gobbled one time.
Yeah, one time. That was just to go, hey, F you.
Yeah, I'm here, but I'm gone.
I'm here and you can't get to me. It's light and you can't come across them pastures. And besides, you got to go through all them gates to get to me.
You committed. You
on the wrong side, big boy. And we hunted and we hunted and we hunted. Once again, I don't know, we stayed in there fairly late, but we decided to go check a spot or two, right?
That's when we went over to that burn area. Way up. We was a 30-minute drive.
We'd got a little MRI from a friend we made eating lunch. He was nice that he didn't hunt it, but he had hunted years in past and said there was birds over there. And I believe there is.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful country.
We seen a hen over there.
We did see a hen.
The time we got out and got over there, we just didn't have no time.
No time.
It was about 12:15 the time we got out of the truck and decided we'd try a spot out.
Yeah, just maybe strike one, know something was there for the next day. We didn't strike anything. And 1 o'clock came while we're in the woods and we have to unload again. We're unloading every day walking out. I mean, you had your alarm set for 1 o'clock to go off, tell us hunting was over. So instead of going to that place, we decided we'd play the odds, come in from a different direction. And we did. We parked at a pretty good spot. And we heard turkeys. They were gobbling. One off to our left. Couple 200,000-300,000 yards over across. We was going to have to. They wouldn't know going across to
getting back in the truck.
And then there's one behind us, maybe two behind us over there. Yeah, and they were on fire. Gobble, 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 gobble. And I'm all right. This is our last day. It's day 5, and I'm already whooped. But we're not going to play it safe. We're going to get in their grill if we can. So we take off down a road, one of these farm access roads where they can access their pastures and feed their cattle. And we get about where we think he was, and we park and we get out and across half a mile of field again, through a fence. Well, we went through the gate, but then when we get to the woods, you got to go through these strands of barbed wire. And let me tell you, it's tight. This old boy ain't as limber as I used to be. 25 years ago, I'd have just went over the barbed wire. I wouldn't even thought about it. I just grabbed me a post, up, and I maybe took one step down on the next one. I jumped off backwards. Oh, not no more.
These were tight enough. Some of them you'd have to take your vest and all.
Played them like a guitar.
I get just enough room. Thank God I lost weight. I wouldn't have made it through some of them.
Some of those you would have had trouble a year ago. Anyway, we get in there where that turkey was and nothing.
We sat for a while waiting.
Called, nothing.
Tried to strike him with alcohol, crow call.
Nothing. And we move. Didn't we move again?
That's when we headed toward the corner.
Well, we got him to gobble one time with the crow call.
That's once we went down to the corner.
Went on down to the corner and we set up, stood.
We got in that beautiful spot we thought was like a strut.
Here he is.
A strut zone out in the middle of the woods.
That's where he's living at right here. But
you hit him with a crow and he gobbled.
He gobbled.
Way off down below.
The old, what's it called? Wild Talker. Wild Talker. It didn't go this year. I talked to the man, and me and him got it fixed. He told me the secret. I'd love to tell y'all the secret, but I don't really remember it. But anyway, he told me how to fix it. We fixed it over the phone, and it has worked flawlessly, and it sounds wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Every time you run that thing, them crows be all over us.
So anyway, we basically struck out 5 days. Oh, let's go back. That morning we went in where we left him.
Mm-hmm.
When we didn't hear nothing or see nothing, and we eased over to the bowl, which wasn't a bowl.
Oh, yeah.
It was just a nice sloping down to the bottom. What did we see in the weeds?
We found where
he was strutting. He had broke down the little, I don't know what you call them.
That's just kind of little greenery plants.
Yeah. They're real soft, real tender, and you could see the body went to him where his wings had went down through there. He had walked and drug them down with his wings and stepped on them with his feet.
You could see where he spun.
How far from us? No more than 30 yards.
Oh, no.
No more than that for 3.5 hours. But you know what? I wouldn't trade those 3.5 hours for another 3 days of hunting.
No.
Well, I would if we could guarantee the turkey to die, but.
And we were going to hunt for 2 more days, but they had thunderstorm. Time we left yesterday, when we come out of the woods yesterday at 1 o'clock, or a little after 1 time we got back to truck, the wind was at 18 miles an hour. You could barely hold your hat on your head.
Walking out, it was like walking double the distance. The wind was hitting you so hard.
It was blowing right in our face going back to the truck.
I had so much crap in my eyes.
I done got choked up.
We got out, got in the truck. I don't know if we made a loop around. Yeah, we did make a loop around it. Or did we?
We did.
And we headed back to town. Go to the little dairy bar or whatever it's called.
We checked the weather again to make sure if we was going to stay for this morning or not.
That's right. And it was going to be thunderstorm. And I looked at it this morning. The storms was right on the line. You might have got an hour.
I think you'd have got a 2 hour where it was showing we wasn't going to get anything.
But we'd have got wet.
Oh, yeah.
Coming out. Yeah. There's no way.
I pulled the radar up at 7:45, and it was going to be on top at 8 o'clock. So we might, like I say, we might have got a couple hours, but you'd have had to pack rain gear in with you because you needed to get back to the truck. And it had some major orange and red.
Oh, it was going to be bad today.
Yeah.
Kind of like what we're going to get tomorrow.
Tomorrow here.
Yeah. So that's what's coming.
Yeah.
I guess that same system.
The system somewhere is coming.
But anyway, that is I know we've ran about an hour and 20 minutes or so, but that catches y'all up on a couple of our travel hunts. We've had success. We had failures. It's turkey hunting. We'll remember that. I called him Houdini. I don't name turkeys, but that's I was using some very ugly language.
You put a couple of double profanities in one back to back, one sentence or one word.
I'm telling you. That joker, that's Cuz Strickland, they're evil. They're evil. And they went underground. They had to have. Where did he go?
I've heard.
It was Houdini.
I've read so much stuff this year about these vapor birds.
Yeah.
It just turns into
as they fly off the limb, they just evaporate and they're gone.
Well, this one guy said that he was working a bird and it went behind a tree and he's sitting there waiting for it to step out. Yeah. And he said, it went to vapor. It never came out. He said, how do they
they're like ghost birds or something. They're gone. They're here. They gobble.
It's like that bird in Florida that time.
Yeah.
They just turn into vapor. They're gone.
That one, I'm waiting on him to come out. I watched him go behind the big oak, and he never come out.
Come out.
He turned and walked straight away.
And I guess that's what happened to this guy.
Yeah, but no sound, no nothing.
They're so quiet, too. I mean, sometimes you do hear them come, but I mean, for the biggest part, They can walk
Hey,
pretty quiet. It's
listen.
crazy.
Was I disappointed we didn't kill a turkey? Yes. Will I go back again next year if you want to go? Yes. Would I trade this 5 days of hunting? No. No. We had so much fun, and you guys, yeah, you want to kill a turkey. I want to kill a turkey. But it's all everything that leads up to it, before, after, if you do, if you don't. We'll remember this Houdini thing over the hump, 25-yard bird spitting and drumming and gobbling for 3.5 hours until I'm dead. That'll be one of my memorable hunts. It'll be a hunt that'll live kind of like the Eddie Salter hunt.
And we found some new places, some more places to call home next year if we go back or whenever we
got places we wanted to see. We just didn't have time. We marked them. We're going to go see them. I hope things work out where maybe we can get up there a day or so ahead of time and maybe go look at a few places,
Yeah.
But when you want, it is an 8-day season, right?
Yeah.
And that's a lot of time off. So.
And we did have, once again, though, we had William and
Roger,
Tanya.
They're
great hospitality as usual. We ate some good meals over there. Fish fry. We had what other we did? We did 2 fries. We done a fish fry.
We did a fish fry and turkey fry.
Turkey fry. Yeah.
Yeah, we ate Roger's bird.
Mm-hmm.
And because remember William kidded about it, Roger shoots him in the breast. Be careful.
Yeah.
I saw nothing in the nuggets I ate. I think Roger did find one little pellet, but nobody else did, so they wasn't that much shot.
You're gonna have that.
Oh, it happens. And that's exactly what I do with mine when they're like that. I've had them so bad, I was afraid. They say take a magnet to them. You can find them with magnets, but I don't know.
But good food, good laughs, and good fire set around it.
Put us to work though. He did get a little work out of us. Not much. They must do the cabin's coming. He'll have it done.
It's coming full circle,
and it's beautiful. Hear turkeys gobbling from his porch.
Yeah.
So how can you beat?
Got to see May.
Got to see May. So we had a great time. I hope we are part of the team. David Elkins, I'm going to talk to you later. I'm going to call you. But anyway, I know we've run a little long on this one, but we want to catch y'all up. We may have one more in us that you'll hear about. I'm hoping. I don't know why we couldn't. I've been looking at the calendar, and maybe we can. It might be right there at the tail end. I don't know how you feel about it, but we'll talk about this when we get off of here. Other than that, you got anything else?
No, if you're still getting to hunt, keep putting them out, and good luck.
Good luck. They're still gobbling here in Alabama. I'm seeing a lot of reports.
There was some birds killed this morning.
I may take my son and one of the guys who work for me this Saturday. I don't know yet.
I'm thinking about taking my daughter Sunday.
So
maybe Sunday evening.
Yeah, that'd be it for us. That's Alabama, is it? So I guess what is today, the 5th? Yeah, because my birthday's Friday.
Yeah, it ends Sunday.
I'll be an old man by Friday. I was feeling it yesterday. But I can still get around pretty good.
Yeah.
Still kind of flexible.
Congratulations to Hunter.
Yes.
He passed his last final, so he is officially going to graduate. Friday.
He'll be a RN doing his 1 year.
BSN. Oh, he'll correct us on that. He's a BSN. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And then he'll do that. He'll do that for a year, and then he'll get his nurse practitioner.
And then he can loan us some money and finance our trips.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And send Grace to college.
There you go. Yeah. And that's the way it works. The first one goes and finishes and pays for the rest of the family.
Yep.
That's how it goes. Just be glad, there's not 12 of them. Anyway. Well, all right. I guess we'll jump off. Buy a T-shirt. We got plenty. Buy a T-shirt. I'm going to say buy a T-shirt. First one buys a T-shirt, I'm going to throw in another one. So order a T-shirt and you get 2.
It's a deal.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. We'll talk to you guys in about a week. Till then, take care of your trees because that's where the turkeys sleep if they don't evaporate.
Tastes like Barcelona, a place I've never been before. But you live with your new lover, not thinking of me anymore. And that walked into my life at the wrong time. That's why whiskey makes me cry. Oh, it tastes bittersweet. I catch myself starting to think of cry to me on repeat the whole time you first kissed me. A stranger that walked into my life at the wrong time. That's why whiskey makes me cry. That's why whiskey makes me cry. Taste your charm in the bitters, drink a little quicker. I'm in love with the liquor, 'cause I can't say goodbye. That's why whiskey makes me cry.